Shad Bates here now in Yoder at Southeast High School. Second portion of the broadcast, Southeast Cyclones, Burlington Lady Huskies. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. The starting lineups are fueled by Essential Fuels in Torrington, where quality meets service meets competitive prices. Feeling hungry? Try one of their breakfast or lunch items, made fresh, hot, and ready for you. Essential Fuels, your essential stop in Torrington. Lady Huskies are going to come out this way. Number 2, Heaton, she's a senior. Number 6, Haslam, she's a junior. Number 10, Paxton Philpott, she's a senior. McNiven, number 11. Sarah McNiven, number 14, she's a junior, and she is probably 6'3". She's a tall girl. And then Winterhauer is a senior and number 18. Starting lineup for the Lady Cyclones of Southeast, ranked number 2 in the state. They're going to come out this way. Hadley Leathead, she's a senior and number 7. Kiana Llewellyn, she's a senior, number 8. Bailey Malin, she's a junior, number 9. Briley Leathead, she's a sophomore, number 11. Number 23 is Briley Booth. She's a junior. And number 29, Haley Eckwall. She is a junior. Libero is Taylor Trey-Gimba. And the libero for the Lady Huskies is McNulty. Believe that Southeast won the toss. They will be the home team. They will get the serve. Trey-Gimba checking in. McNulty checking in. And Llewellyn will start the serving for, I believe, the Lady Cyclones. Yep, there goes the ball. After this one, we'll take a break, and then we'll bring live coverage of Southeast and Hulett. I've looked forward to this contest all week. Llewellyn's first serve. Setting is Haslam. That was to McNiven, who was all over in the net, so a point to the Cyclones. Streaming this live on GoCoNow.com or GoCo Now on the our YouTube channel there. Go to YouTube, type in KGOS KERM Sports or KGOS Sports, and you'll find it. That serve is long from Llewellyn, so a side out. Tied at 1. First time being able to see the Cyclones this year. Another long serve. Nice job by Trey-Gimba laying off of it. So Mailing back serving. Got as much of the court as I possibly could on this small gym. Her serve, now it's just got to be free balled over by McNiven. Llewellyn, backside, nope. She's coming this side to Leathead, pushes it over. Nice dig by Heaton. Now a free ball to the Cyclones. Leathead again on the attack, and now an attack by McNiven in the middle, puts it in the net. So McNiven, although her size in the net physically and then put the ball in the net, it's good to see for the Lady Cyclones. Another service error from the Cyclones as that one sails long. 3-2 on the CNA scoreboard here early. Checking in is Bassett for the Lady Huskies. Back serving is Haslam. Bit of a shank and unable to track it down that was Booth. So score that one an ace. We're tied at 3. Burlington is ranked number 5 in Class 1A. There's a high floater. Leathead with the dig. Free balled over and then put into the net by Bassett for the Huskies. Side out. So Hadley Leathead back to serve. There's an overpass. See if the Cyclones can do something with it. Llewellyn to Leathead. She's going to be stuff blocked. And now Booth in the middle. Right at the libero, McNulty. She can't handle it. Gets the kill. Good first swing from Briley Booth. Leahead serve is going to be shanked by Bassett. That's an ace. 6-3 CNA scoreboard here in set 1. Afternoon session of pool play in the 1A tournament. Jamboree. Another ace. Leahead on a roll back at the service line. Extends the lead to 4. Another good serve. Popped up in the air and free ball over. Eckwall takes it over on first contact. Here's Haslam setting outside to McNiven, and it's duff blocked. I think that was Booth that got her hands on that one. Leahead serve's going to be long. Good run for the Cyclones. Went from tied to extended a lead to 4. 8-4 CNA scoreboard. Checking in is Wernsman. Checking out his lead head. And we've got McNulty back to serve. High floater. Trey Gimba pops it straight up in the air. Wormson. And now Llewellyn free balls it over. Overpass. Booth pounds it down. Popped up in the air by Haslam. Now free balled by Winterholler. Here's an outside set to Booth. He partially touches the net. Looked like it touched the floor. It did. Unable to get there, I think, was number 10, Philpott. So Eckwall, her serve to Philpott. Taken by McNiven. Trey Gimba, Llewellyn, she's going to go in the middle to Booth. Booth goes cross court, partially touches the net, popped up in the air. Going to be a bit of a joust. Free ball over to Llewellyn. Setting to Leahead, partially touched by Winterholler. Off her hands, out of bounds. Score to kill. (10-6) on the CNA scoreboard. Winterholler on the overpass. And then Briley Leahead put it into the net, trying to take it right back over. But she was about 3 feet off the net, so that's a pretty tough swing there. High floater from McNiven to Llewellyn. Booth. McNulty overpass. Booth pounds it down. Good hops by Briley Booth in the middle. Don't want to overpass with Booth in the middle. Malin checks in. She's in the front row now. Trey Gimba's serve on the double switch. There's a set right on the net, and unable to get it over is Philpott. Trey Gimba's serve. It's going to go to McNulty. Hamslin outside, set to Philpott. A little miscommunication there, and it's going to be a point for the Huskies. And Bassett back to serve. Cyclones got them doubled up here, 12-6 in the first. Llewellyn, and now just going to have to be a free ball into the campfire. Diving for it was Bassett. She couldn't get there. Pretty good spot by Malin on that free ball. Heaton coming back in, and Bassett will go back out. So Heaton's a back row specialist that does not serve, with Briley Booth serving for the Lady Cyclones. McNulty to Haslam. In the middle, that was Winterholler, and she missed wide right. Tried to put a little touch on it instead of swinging. Missed the sideline. Point to the Cyclones. There's a tough joust pass at the net, handled by Mailing. Free ball over to the Cyclones. Llewellyn takes it over on second contact. Hamslin going outside to Philpott. Nice diving save by Bilke, who's checked in. Now Philpott again from the outside. Trey Gimba's there. And it hits the antenna before Llewellyn can get up to try to deflect it away. 14-7 CNA scoreboard. And Sarah McNiven will check in with Winterhaller serving to Bochi. There's an overpass outside the antenna and out of bounds. Side out to the Cyclones. So we've got a complete rotation. We've got Kiana Llewellyn serving. High floater. Hamslin. She's going right side to Philpott. She's going to get the kill off the block of Mailing. That scoots Philpott back to serve. Trigimba, Llewellyn to Mailing on the outside, and she's going to be stuff blocked by McNiven. I think with McNiven, and then you also have Haslam on that side blocking that attack. You want to go line and not cross court and take McNiven out of play. Llewellyn backside set to Ekwall. Good swing by Haley Ekwall off the hands of Heaton for the kill. 16-9 CNA scoreboard. Cyclones enjoying a 7-point lead here in the first. Mailing back to serve. McNulty now just freeballed over on the overpass, partially blocked, and now it's going to be a bit of a joust popped up in the air. That's going to be a lift call on Haslam. She used both hands and kind of patty-caked it up. It's kind of a no-no. McNulty, bit of a shank, tracked down by McNiven, and now freeballed over by McNiven. Llewellyn, backside set to Ekwall. She should feast over there. Bit of a dig, McNiven to McNiven, free ball. Booth in the middle to Leathead. She tries to push it past. They say it caught the top of the tape. We all had a pretty good view on it. I thought that it was actually touched by McNiven. But 17-10 CNA scoreboard, and Haslam, the setter, running the 5-1 to serve to Booth. Self-defense deflection popped up in the air. She was playing up pretty tight, and the serve was deep. It was about chin high. She wasn't real sure what to do with it. Haslam, Trey Gimba to Llewellyn. Going outside to Leadhead. McNiven just taps it over. And now that's going to be a forecall as the pass goes off the tape of top of the tape. The third one, that was Trey Gimba's pass. Need to stop this run. There's a high floater to Leathead, Llewellyn. Back to Leathead, and she mistimed it and put it into the net. 17-13 CNA scoreboard. Burlington on a 3-point run. This one's handled by Booth to Llewellyn. Going backside set to Leathead. She goes cross court to Haslam. Bassett. And now Leathead takes it over the top of her head, tips it over. McNiven kind of tried to roll that, put it into the net. So Hadley Leathead, the senior, one of the seniors, back to serve for the Lady Cyclones. This one to McNulty to Haslam. Tipped over by McNiven. Now on the overpass, McNiven pounds it down, but Trey Gimba gets it up and over. Diving save by Taylor Trey Gimba. Catches the top of the net and just falls right behind McNiven. So Hadley Leahead serves to Bassett. Haslam on the net. Nice job not touching it, but she can't get it set far enough away for Naomi McNiven to do anything with it. 20-13 CNA scoreboard. Southeast taking it to the number 5 team in the state. Leadhead misses wide left. Trying to go at Philpott and was just wide left. So Winterhaller's checking in. Also checking in is Wernsman for Southeast. McNulty, short floater. Tregemba gets there. Llewellyn to Eckwall off the hands of Winterhaller. And now McNiven free balls it over to Tregemba. Llewellyn, they can set up an offense here. There's Booth going cross court off the hands of Philpott for the kill. Eckwall serve to Philpott. Habslin, and now free balled over by Bassett to Wernsman. Leahead on the attack, stuff blocked by Winterhaller. Llewellyn going right side this time to Booth. Big swing, partially touched at the net by Winterhaller. Off her fingers, over the top of everybody for the kill. Briley's having a day. 22-14 CNA scoreboard. Eckwall, good serve. Winterhaller. That was going to be taken by McNiven and then stuff block. And at 23-14, we got a timeout, so I'll take one too. I'll be back after this.
Hi, this is Kelly Sittner, President First State Bank in Torrington. Our Torrington branch is looking to fill a teller/new accounts position. Come work for a company that loves its community and celebrates its employees. First State Bank is a hometown bank staffed with your neighbors and friends. Join our team and apply today at www.fsbwi.com. Best place to work, best place to bank. We are an equal opportunity employer. First State Bank in Torrington, division of Glacier Bank, member FDIC.
Shad Bates at Southeast High School. 1A Jamboree. Southeast is the host. 4 different pools, 4 different gyms, 2 different locations. We got half of them playing over at Lingo Fort Laramie. Eckwall serve to Philpott to Haslam, outside to Winterhaller. Cross court. Leahead's there. Back to Leahead. She goes cross court. Philpott, nice diving save. Haslam, and now Philpott from the back row just sets it over. Llewellyn tries to get Bassett sleeping. Winterhaller's just setting it to the back row. Tregemba with the up. Llewellyn tracks it down, and now Booth with a little roll hits that back left corner for the kill. We're at set point, 24-14. Eckwall serving. Eckwall to Winterhaller. Popped up there. Bassett tracks it down, and now got to be free balled over by McNiven to Wernsman. Leahead on the outside. Diving save by Philpott. Now Philpott from 20 out. Hits it into the net. Cyclones take set 1. 25-14 on the CNA scoreboard. We'll come back with set 2 after this.
Looking for expert urologic care in your community? Dr. Matthew Ruttman, board-certified urologist at Banner Health Torrington, specializes in comprehensive urologic and pelvic health, treating everything from bladder issues and kidney stones to pelvic pain and prostate issues. Dr. Ruttman provides personalized, compassionate care right here in your community. Call Banner Health Torrington at 307-532-8758. Banner Health, making healthcare easier so life can be better.
Bear Mountain Beef is your go-to for all of your USDA beef, hog, lamb, and goat processing. Located in Hot Springs, they're the premier USDA processor in the area. Give them a call today to book your next appointment, 307-338-2751, or visit their website, bearmountainbeef.com, 338-2751. Bear Mountain Beef, a cut above the rest.
Fall is in the air, and that means football season and tailgating. Century Lumber in Torrington has big savings on grills. Check out the Weber Grill with a sale price of just $479.99. Century has also drastically reduced the price on the Peak Prime Green Mountain Grill. Come see all the features that this grill provides, including remotely managing your cooks with the Prime app. And it's priced at under $1,000. Your grilling headquarters at Century Lumber in Torrington.
Whether you love them or can't stand them, surprises are a part of life. I'm Ryan Young, your Torrington Edward Jones financial advisor, and I can help you get ready for whatever life throws at you. As your needs change, we can change what you need to do to help you end up where you want to be. And while there is never a good time to experience unexpected costs, we can work together to help make them feel a little less unexpected. Stop by our office on Main Street in Torrington or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones.
Shad Bates back at Southeast High School Elementary Gym, the big gym. Thanks for joining me. Southeast takes the first set 25 to 14. This is a best of 3. The third, if we get there, only goes to 15. Back serving for Lady Huskies is McNulty, and we're underway here in set number 2. Trigimba, Llewellyn has to run, tracks it down. Now Boki just passes it over to McNulty. Haslam coming this side to McNiven. Booth is there. Llewellyn going outside to Malin, and no touch at the net, so that's a 4 call, point to Burlington. That all started, that little chaos started, I think, with a pass that was errant. Much better pass this time by Trigimba. A little bit of a roll by Leathead, and she just powers it. No snap on the wrist there. It was well long. Looking to get a good set here. Probably, I would go to Malin, but we'll see. Trigimba to Llewellyn. She takes it, second contact off Hanson. Bassett tracks it down. McNiven free balls it over to Leathead. Now Leathead in the middle. She's going to be blocked. Nice diving save, but nobody else could get there. That was Trigimba. Got her hand on it. 3 zips. Cyclones down. Need a side out. Booth, good pass to Llewellyn. Going outside to Malin. Touch at the net. Llewellyn takes it over on second contact. Bassett. This time she's going to set nobody. Philpott, free ball. Llewellyn going out to Leathead. Barely stays out of the net. Here's a set to Philpott in the back row. Trigimba tracks it down. Malin again. Partially touched at the net. Nope, they're going to say 4. Block was there, but the ball didn't get above the tape, apparently. Cyclones need to regroup. 4 zip. Here's a set in the middle to Leathead off the block of Winterhaller. Bassett with the pass to Philpott. To Boki. Trigimba from the back row. McNulty's there. Back to McNiven, and she's long. There's a side out. Eckwall's going to check in. Headed back to serve as Llewellyn. So you got Hadley, Leathead, Malin, and Eckwall across the front for the Cyclones. And Llewellyn serving. Good serve. Shanked. And that was Philpott. Cyclones, if they could win this one, we'll have the next one about an hour after the conclusion of this one. That'll be Cyclones and Hulett. Nice block by Leathead into the campfire. Over in the high school gym in Lingle, Little Snake River, the #1 team in the state, rolling through the teams over there. There's a miscommunication between Winterhaller and Philpott. Goes off of both of their arms, back out of bounds. That's an ace. And that one goes off the side of the hand, that serve off side of the hand of Llewellyn and into the net. Didn't square that one up. So McNiven will serve. There's a high floater. It was going to be out, and Trey Gimba heard the call from her teammates a little too late, gets a hand on it. So scored an ace. McNiven with the floater to Booth, to Llewellyn, to Leahead in the middle. Off the net set, resulted in that being in the net, that attack. 7-3 CNA scoreboard. We're in the second set. Leahead to Llewellyn. Outside to Mailing, goes cross court. McNiven is there, and now Philpott from back row. And there's a situation where the setter played defense, took the first contact, and Eckwall, the right side, couldn't get there. 8-3 CNA scoreboard. We got a timeout, so I'm going to take one too.
This is Wade Brew, Market President with Pinnacle Bank. Pinnacle Bank has been serving the lending needs of farmers, ranchers, and commercial business owners of the Wyobraska area, where we've called home for over 100 years. Let us put our resources to work for you with local decision-making from a family-owned bank. Give us a call or visit us at www.wypinnbank.com. Pinnacle Bank, Torrington and Mitchell, the way banking should be. Member FDIC.
Eric's Lube Express provides fast, friendly, and convenient oil changes with no appointment needed. Located in the Cold Springs Business Park, just north of Baumgars. Simply drive up and never get out of your vehicle. They'll also accommodate your busy schedule with pickup and delivery service. Just call 307-338-2653. Oil changes made easy. Eric's Lube Express. Swing through today.
McNiven served to Trey Gimba. And now on the attack is Melee. Partially blocked, popped up. Bassett, and now free balled over by Haslam to Trey Gimba. Setting in the middle to Leahead, and she finds an open spot. Libero didn't rotate up, and she went just past the double block in the middle to her right. So Malin set to serve. Good timeout by the Cyclones. There's a high floater to Winterholler, overpass. Leahead's there, pounds it down, past everybody. Hadley Leahead with the big swing there. Malin serve to McNiven, Hamslin, Philpott, and then right at Malin, she couldn't handle it, so not because of that, but she comes out. Trey Gimba comes back in. That's a natural rotation after Malin serves. Bassett serve is short. Llewellyn to Leahead, free balls it over. Haslam, and now McNulty's going to free ball to the back corner. Booth is there. Llewellyn to Leahead. She's got to roll. There's a big swing up by the Cyclones, and now free balled over. Well, it was a little bit of a swing, but unable to handle it was McNiven. So side out and point. 9-6 CNA scoreboard. Leahead's turn to serve. Good serve, and that's going to be a shank off of McNiven's hands into the crowd. Leahead, high floater, looks long, it is. Could tell as soon as it came off her hands. So she's going to come out and check it in to play the defensive back row is going to be Wernsman, with Winterholler serving for Burlington. To Booth. Back to Booth. She's just got to try to roll it over. Back on second contact by McNiven, and now here is Leahead, goes cross court. McNiven's there, blocks it, pops it up, free ball. Trey Gimba, Llewellyn tracks it down, takes it over on second contact. Haslam, the Philpott, partially touched at the net, diving for it was Leahead. She couldn't get her hand under it. We're at 10 11-7 on the CNA scoreboard. Burlington has led all the way this contest. Cyclones side out and get a run of about 4 would be fantastic. Llewellyn to Leahead from 10. Partially touched at the net by McNiven. McNiven in the middle. Big swing. Past Wormsman, who dove for it. It was in between Wormsman and Llewellyn. That's the first time that the middle McNiven has really got a hold of one. She's had some hitting woes in that first set. Good pass to Llewellyn. Backside set to Booth. She goes right up the gut, diving for it, but unable to get there is McNiven. So Eckwall, who was finished off that first set, back to serve. I think they strung together about 5 or 6 points there. Now free ball over by McNiven into the campfire. Wormsman dives, ball goes over the net. Here's a set to McNiven in the middle. Wormsman plays it, and now Llewellyn's just got to free ball it over. Here's McNiven on the roll, blocked by Booth and Leadhead, but it's out of bounds. Nice job by those two getting up. Boki checks in for Eckwall, defensive specialist there in the back row. Philpott serve, handled, and now Leahead on the attack, partially touched at the net by McNiven. Hansel going way outside to McNiven, and she's going to get the kill. They didn't seal the net, and that was Llewellyn and Booth. Didn't get their hands to the net. That allowed the ball to hit their hands and roll straight down in front of them between them and the net. Cyclones down 6 now. That one's out, but Burlington official, linesman called it in. Unfortunate. 15-8 CNA scoreboard. Cyclones are down in this one. Wormsman's pass to Llewellyn to Booth in the middle. She goes cross court, and it's wide left. Wormsman serve receive, Llewellyn. And now Bulkey's just got to play it off the ceiling. McNiven in the middle, partially blocked, popped up in the air by Leahead, but then she couldn't get out of the way. That was Briley. Philpott, bit of a shank, pulled back in by Booth, and now Wormsman takes it over to Heaton. Here's a back row attack by Philpott. She's going to get the kill. 18-10, CNA scoreboard. Eckwall's going to check back in. Maybe more of a slow the pace down just a little bit as Wormsman dives and can't get there. So now we're going to have Hadley Leahead check back in for Wormsman. Struggled a little bit this service. She'll regroup and come back. 19-8 CNA scoreboard. Burlington on fire here in set 2. Tregimba to Llewellyn. Backside set to Booth. Partially blocked at the net. Popped up in the air. Overpass. Booth is there and pounds it to the back left corner for the kill. That was nice because it didn't allow, there was not enough time for big Sarah McNiven, tall Sarah McNiven, to get into position to put any sort of block, so it was uncontested monster food. McNiven on a roll, partially ball hit, and now Eckwall, and then stuff blocked by McNiven was Booth. And Booth somehow is some pitter-patter in the front row, gets it over. She's beside herself and is going to get the point. Her and Malin tapped it into the net once each, and then Malin the second time popped it up into the air, and Booth was able to clear it out of there. Wow. Tregimba serves to Philpott. There's McNiven on the attack off the block of Booth. That was the shorter of the two, Naomi McNiven. That'll put Hamsel at the service line. Llewellyn pulls it out of the net. Booth can't get there, and then she gets enough of it that when Malin free balls it over, Ay, ay, ay. 21-10 CNA scoreboard. Trey Gimba to Llewellyn. And missing just left is going to be Booth. So Pokey coming back in. Wormsman coming back in. Try to slow the pace down. 22-10 CNA scoreboard. That one's well out. Cyclones need a big run here with Booth headed to the service line. Leadhead's coming in, play that front row. Across the front, you got Llewellyn, Mailing, and Leadhead. McNulty to Hamslin, to McNiven in the front. Stuff blocked by Hadley Leadhead. Needed that. Big stuff block will get a team pumped up, get them going. Booth to Philpott, Hamslin, and now they got to be free balled over to the Cyclones. Let's see what they can do. Booth, outside set to Mailing. Nice dig by Philpott. Free ball over on second contact. Llewellyn in the middle, Leadhead goes cross court off the arms, I thought, of McNiven, but no call there. Just missed wide to the right. 23-12 CNA scoreboard. McNulty, short serve, partially touched at the net, now overpass to McNiven. Hamslin to Winterholler. Literally grabbed it and threw it, stuck on her hand. We're at set point, 24-12. Here in set two, looks like this thing's gonna go 3. I think analytics would say 99.9% chance. Booth to Llewellyn. Leadhead from 9 feet, rolls it over the top into the campfire for the kill. Southeast looking here, I think, to get some momentum headed into the third set and then come out fast in that one, hopefully. Llewellyn, high floater, Winterholler, popped up in the air by Bassett to McNiven, who puts it into the net. Burlington does have both of their timeouts remaining. Cyclones need 12 to win this thing. 24-14 CNA scoreboard. Llewellyn to Philpott, Hamslin. Winterholler with the roll. Get a good pass. There's a set outside to Malin. She's going to be blocked but out of bounds. 24-15. Cyclones playing much better on this service than they have the entire set. There's an overpass, Llewellyn. And Leadhead tries to take her over at second contact. Cyclone's going to lose this one 25-15. This third set ought to be a good one. We're going to have a coin flip, decide who's going to serve and if they're going to switch benches. And then we're going to get going with the third set, and we'll do it after this timeout.
Hi, this is Brian Young, CEO of Go Goshen. Go Goshen is a nonprofit organization dedicated to fostering economic development in Goshen County since 1987. In our community, small businesses are vital, which is why Go Goshen focuses on retaining and expanding local enterprises through grants and other opportunities. We're also home to the Chamber of Commerce, Travel and Tourism, and the Main Street program. Visit gogoshen.com to learn more about how we can help you today.
Hartman Family Dentistry is proud to support the Southeast Cyclones and wish them all the best this season. Hartman Family Dentistry has been serving the Goshen County area for 20 years. Dr. Tiffany Hartman strives to provide the best dental care in a caring, comfortable manner. They welcome new patients of all ages and encourage seeing children by the age of 2. Visit HartmanFamilyDentistry.com or call 534-1988.
Whether you're a Wyoming Cowboy fan or a Trailblazer, Lancer, Dogger, or Cyclone, Heartland Embroidery has the apparel and accessories you need to show your school colors. Stop in the store on Main Street in Torrington and take a look for yourself. From jackets and t-shirts to everyday gear and accessories, we promise you'll find something for the whole family. With new items always coming into the store, you'll always find that perfect item to show off your school spirit. Only at Heartland Embroidery, downtown Torrington.
Your farm or ranch is unique. Your insurance coverage should be too. I'm Kyle Rafferty, and at J.G. Elliott Insurance Center, we provide coverage for everything you work hard for day in and day out. We tailor coverages to meet the needs of your operation. Together, we can find the right policy to protect you from the unexpected. Give me a call at 532-2147 or drop by my office here in Torrington. J.G. Elliott Insurance, a Platte Valley company.
Chad Bates back here at Southeast High School. The 1A Jamboree today and tomorrow. Today's pool play. There's 4 teams playing in each of the 4 gyms used. They're going to use Lingle Fort Laramie's auxiliary gym and their main gym. And then the 2 gyms here out at Southeast Schools. Burlington won the flip. They will have the serve. After pool play, they'll determine who comes in the pools, who is seeded 1, 2, 3, and 4. I do know that the number 1 seeds will be in this gym, the elementary gym out at Southeast Schools. The 2 seeds will be in the auxiliary gym, the high school gym on the other end of the school building. 3 seeds will be in the main gym at Lingle, and the 4 seeds will be in the gym, the auxiliary gym at Lingle, and that starts tomorrow at 9 o'clock in bracket play. And McNulty's going to serve to Bulkey, and she's going to shank it all the way across the court. Just needed to take a half a step to her right, I think, and she would have been fine on that serve receive. This one goes to 15, so it's get out and go in a hurry. Trey Gimba, Llewellyn tracks it down. Here's Mailing from 10, puts it into the net. Cyclones look flat on that pass, that bump set, as well as the hit there. They need to get it going. High serve to Bulkey. Nice pass this time. Leahead in the middle is going to go deep corner. Nice spot. She saw the libero. McNulty is sucked up in defense and left that back right corner wide open. Eckwall's going to check in for the Cyclones, with Llewellyn set to serve. High floater, handled by Philpott. Winter Holler with the free ball. Llewellyn, backside set to Eckwall. Get her going, and they're in trouble. That one looked like it was right on the line. We had a thought process on it from the down official, from the line crew. Called it in. We're tied at 2. Llewellyn with her routine, and now the serve to Winterholler. Hamslin, backside set to McNiven, off of Llewellyn's hands, and now got to be free-balled over, and Leahead's going to do it to Philpott. Hanson, backside set to Bassett, goes cross-court, out of bounds. Nice call by Briley Booth, who was standing behind Llewellyn and called her off. Cyclones take the lead, 3-2. This one misses wide to the right. Tried to hit that back corner and missed it by about a foot. We're tied at 3 with Naomi McNiven serving. That's short. Trey Gimba can't get there. She's got to see that ball off the server's hand. Good short set there. See if she drives one deep now. Nope. She goes the other side to Booth. Llewellyn in the middle to Leahead. That sounded like it was touched at the net. No call. Long. Burlington up 2, 5-3. Cyclones need a side out. This can't get more than 4 points. Be disastrous. Booth comes running in on a short set. I think head coach Anderson thinks the same thing. 6-3 C&A scoreboard. Burlington up We got a timeout. I'll take one too.
Hi, it's Ashley Arntz, mortgage lender with Platte Valley Bank. Buying a home is a big milestone, and at Platte Valley Bank, we're here to make it a little easier. From understanding your budget to securing the right mortgage, we guide you through every step of the way. With competitive rates and personalized support, we make home ownership easy, whether it is your first home or your next home. You've earned it. Now it's time to own it with a mortgage from Platte Valley Bank. Platte Valley Bank, you belong here.
Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Mid-States Tire is proud to announce that they are now open in their new location, located in the Cold Springs Business Park next to Baumgars. See them for all of your tire needs. They now have a truck bay for easy in and out access and state-of-the-art lifts for quick and easy service. Proud to support our area teams. Give Mid-States Tire a call today at 532-TIRE or stop in and see the brand new facility. Mid-States Tire, ready to serve you.
Cyclones down 3 here in the third set. 6-3 CNA scoreboard. McNiven serve. Leathead to Llewellyn. Mayling goes cross court and past McNiven for the kill. Good side out and timeout for the Cyclones. With this only going to 15, really it's a tall task when you're down 4. So it's 6-4 now, CNA scoreboard, and Mayling serving to McNulty. Hamslin to Philpott. Llewellyn is there after partially touched, popped up in the air, and now Leathead's going to try to free ball it over. She gets it over. Hamslin to Winterholler, free balls it, popped up in the air. Now Cyclones partially touched, and now it's got to go over the net on a free ball. Mayling trying to do a lot there in the back row. Philpott. Mayling, good dig, didn't touch anything on the way over in this low ceiling. This is a joust at the net, and Leahead's going to win it. She misdirected it to her left. It goes off the hands of Hanslin. That'll score this in the scorebook. Kill. Cyclones within 1 and Mayling serving. To McNiven. Bit of a shank. Tracked down by Philpott. Now free ball over by Hamslin. Set up an offense here. Good pass to Llewellyn and then dumped over the top, and a bit of a pancake attempt by Hamslin. That was Leathead Hadley in the middle. Just over the top, saw that empty space to her left and dumped it right there. We're tied at 6. Mayling serving good right now. Winterholler, overpass. Llewellyn. Now this one goes to Eckwall, and she mistimed it. That's a tough set to hit because Llewellyn was so far over that she set it almost straight up and had to try to get out of the way of Eckwall, which inhibited any sort of transition and approach. Bassett to Leathead, and now free balled over by Briley Leathead to Bassett. Hansen, she's going to go outside to Philpott. She's going to miss wide left. We're back to tied, and Cyclone serving. That's Hadley Leathead heading back. Checking in is Heaton for Bassett. There's a good deep serve. Pass off of McNiven, hits the basketball standard, shoots straight down and out of bounds. That's an ace. Cyclones take their first lead of this third set, 8-7. Leahead serve, high floater, handled by McNiven. Hamslin, she's going Winterholler in the middle. She's just going to free ball it over to Dragimba. Good pass there. Here comes Briley Leathead. No touch called. Not sure that these young linesmen are even looking for a touch. It sure looks like there's been a couple of them. So Winterholler going out, who's a middle. That means the libero McNulty goes out, and in comes the tall McNiven. Llewellyn goes back corner right to McNiven. Hamslin going to McNiven. This one looks long. Wormsman has checked in, and she ducks out of the way. Looked like the Matrix. Arched her back and just rolled out of the way. Needs some distance here. 9-8 CNA scoreboard. Cyclones lead. Eckwall serve to McNulty. Hamslin to Philpott. Dragimba's there. Llewellyn. Now Leathead from 9 feet and off the court puts it into the net. Bokey checking in. We're tied at 9. Philpott serving. to Wormsman. Nice pass. Backside set to Booth. Need her in the front row to get going. And she tried to roll it over the top of the block, not realizing the vertical that McNiven has, and she was stuff blocked there. So now Burlington regains the lead. Philpott, wide left. Service error, side out to the Cyclones. Good. Tregimba's back to serve. That means that Malin will come in. McNulty to Hamslin on a roll. That one was going to be out, and Wormsman played it, and it goes off the basketball stand. Boki can't get there. Bassett's going to come out. Heaton's coming out. Side out, and Haslam serving their setter to Wormsman, tracked down by Llewellyn. Now Wormsman takes it over to McNulty. Hamslin going outside to McNiven, the shorter of the two, and she's going to be stuff blocked by Booth. Woo, we're at 11s. This thing goes to 15. And I would have to say this is the difference between 1 and 2 seed going into the bracket play tomorrow. Booth. And that's going to be shanked off of Bassett. That's an ace for Booth. I almost feel like when it's up 1, 12 to 11, it's a tight game like this, that you should use tennis terms and say advantage Cyclones, but I won't do that. McNulty, overpass pounded down by Hadley Llewellyn in the middle. 13 to 11, CNA scoreboard. Head coach Aaron Bassett wanting a roofing call. His ball was over the net. Here's a free ball. Leahead takes it back down. There's the same call Cyclones got on a lift. No call there, but it's going to be put down by them. We're at match point, 14 to 11. Burlington's going to take a timeout. I'll be back after this.
Blodorns in Torrington is proud to have been serving the area for over 100 years. At Blodorns, they believe that the essence of your legacy can be found not only in the things you build and leave behind, but through the relationships you create along the way. That's why you can trust the friendly staff for help with any project. They have the building supplies you need from start to finish. Shop online today at blodorns.com. Blodorns, products you need, people you trust.
Chad Bates back here. Didn't want to miss anything. Just took time to hear from one of the many sports boosters and sponsors of the high school athletics across the board that we're able to bring you broadcasts. Much appreciated. Briley Booth set to serve here at match point for the Lady Cyclones. Goes to McNulty, over by McNiven. Llewellyn setting up Booth. Big swing. Stuff blocked by McNiven. Took it right at the tall girl and paid the price there. But McNiven checks out now, and McNulty will serve. Hadley's been effective at misdirecting the ball, and maybe that would have been a good option. Llewellyn going to Malin on the outside. Partially touches the net off the hand of McNulty. And Cyclones win this one, 15 to 12. Boy, they were really flat there in the second set and about the first third of the third set, but really came alive there at the end and took down the number 5 team. So we got one more live broadcast that will also be on the YouTube channel, and that will be Southeast at Hulett. That will be after the one that is up next. And so we're looking at probably about an hour and 15 minutes or so, and I'll be back on. So until then, I'm going to send it back to the studios of KJUS KERM.